A few days ago, I came back to my desk to find a choco pie sat at my desk. And what you'll find is, if you work in Japan, you'll occasionally come back and find these gifts on your desk from a member of staff who wants to say thank you, or has been somewhere, omiyage, and things like that. So I was surprised to find a choco pie, because up to this point, what I've received are items from various areas, people coming back from places like Kyoto and bringing Kyoto-based snacks. But a choco pie you can buy in the store, it seems to be Japan's answer to a wagon wheel. About a week ago now, I found myself being invited to an izakaya by another member of staff. Luckily, they spoke English, so it wasn't that much of an issue for me to go with them. So I decided to pop along. I don't drink alcohol, which means that an izakaya probably isn't going to be the same experience most people would have at a place like this, because it is exclusively for drinking. You go inside, there's maybe 10 seats, if that. It's very cramped, it's very warm. People are having quite loud conversations. It's very cozy. You buy some snacks, things like dried bananas or skewers of meat, things that are cooked on a grill that's basically right in front of you, and you drink. So there I was, sipping on my Coca-Cola, and we decide to leave the izakaya and go to the next place, which, quite frankly, is an experience that I may soon never forget. We went to a hostess bar. Now, if you don't know what a hostess bar is, it is a place where the dreams of many young Japanese men come true for about an hour, while you can afford the attention of the women that host you there. The concept is that you go in, you pick a girl comes over, sits with you and has conversations with you, you pay for your time with them, your drinks keep coming, and then any drinks you buy for the girl you have to pay for yourself. So the idea is that you treat her to sweets and drinks and food and sushi and whatever else. This isn't just a regular bar. You don't go in and chat with your friends. You are expected to chat with the person who is sat with you, the woman who gives you their time. There are male equivalents as well. Host bars are also becoming increasingly popular. It's not massively clear to me yet why these places are so popular, and they're not for everyone. To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely certain they are for me either, but if you come to Japan, it's certainly worth going to one just once to experience it, though your chances of finding an English-speaking hostess or host is probably fairly slim. The day after, I went to another local festival, this time an autumn festival. They were carrying around these big carts and playing the taiko drums. When you're stood in the middle of all these carts playing the taiko and you're part of that crowd and there's a buzz and an energy about it, despite the fact that it's a fairly low population where we are, there is such a sense of community that you can't help but feel part of what is happening. I wasn't playing the taiko, I wasn't dressed in an outfit, I was just watching, but it really felt like I was part of the energy of Japan at that moment.
It's the Battle of the Bands! Here comes Jack Black now.
The next day we went to an international carnival, and here at the carnival they had different stalls laid out to try and encourage exchange between local people and foreigners. And the British stall, credit where credit is due, had the best part of Carnival, which was Yorkshire tea. It had Yorkshire tea. And who needs anything else from Britain other than Yorkshire tea? Finally, I asked someone I met at International Carnival for recommendations of what to do in Gunma. They've lived here for 3 years, they're in their 4th year now, and I thought they might understand things better than I would. And they recommended me a few places to go. There's a Dharma shrine that I've intended to go to for a while, but haven't really found the time or the people to go with yet. Then she recommended a place called Ikaho, which is famous for its onsen and a certain flight of stairs. So I was incredibly excited to go to this place. I could envision it in my head. 2 hours later, after having set off from the recommendation, I find myself in Kusatsu, which is, in fact, not Ikaho, and I just got confused between which famous onsen place I was supposed to be going to, because I forgot to check the message again. But I did have a good time, despite the smell.
Never be scared to pull over when you see something at the side of the road in Japan, because you might be granted a beautiful sight. This is a Gatsumo River in Gunma Prefecture. I was on my way to northern Gunma and saw this out of the corner of my eye. Look how magnificently blue this river is. It's beautifully wide. I would love to have a boat out in that, though I suspect that may be a little dangerous, considering I don't know how to use a boat. What a fantastic place! The camera, looking at the screen, it doesn't even look like it's picking up just how blue this is. It's fantastically blue. Oh, it's such a strange colour. This is a cremia. It's a type of ice cream over here. And they have a particular type of, it's even called cone. And they are delicious. It's like Mr. Whippy on steroids. One thing that you should know is that this is going to cause me a great deal of pain in about an hour, but it's so worth it. Welcome to Kusatsu. Oh my god, they have Gunma-chan gacha. I thought this might be the path to Kusatsu town and all the onsen, but I suspect this is actually just a garden. And what's really triggering that thought process is that that's what the sign said before I walked in here. Flower garden or plant garden, or I don't remember. It was 2 seconds ago, and that was far too long ago for me to actually remember what was going on. We love a little shrine. So here we've got a stone torii gate from looks of things. I'm not going to cross into it today. Beautiful. And a shed. And a motorbike in the background, of course. Turns out this was a path. You can go this way. Hot water is what it is. Amazing. It's for putting your feet in. Oftentimes in Japan you'll find yourself walking along a footpath which is absolutely not a footpath, it's just a different colour to the road, slightly off to the side behind a solid white line. That's what this is right here. This is where you walk. There is no curb, there is nothing protecting you. So it's a good job that speed limits in Japan are so slow. Okay, what is... I don't know where I am. That was a little wobbly. This could be someone's garden for all I know. This looks like a very fancy hotel. Let's not go into the garden. We have seemingly run out of footpath. Oh my goodness, it stinks of eggs. That's a very, very pungent smell. This must be the smelliest water known to man. It absolutely reeks. See, having that ice cream was actually a tactical decision because nobody will be able to smell it. A small hot spring garden here with another pool that you can put your feet in. Little hot spring streams running down the rocks as well. That's beautiful. Got little bibs on. En Masubij's Onsen. Okay. I don't know what that means. Well, he doesn't look very happy. Maybe that is the Earth's fart. Off in the distance. It's pretty constant. It must have stomach cramps. Maybe it too ate Crimea. Some sort of memorial here of friendship between Germany and Japan, I guess. I just touched some of the water and then needed to rub it somewhere and decided the best place to do that was my arm. Now my arm smells like farts. I've cursed myself. But I'm heading towards the fart of the earth. So I'm excited. There was a swarm of bugs. I hate it here. Why are there so many bugs? That must be Fart Central. Wow. The steam here is very warm. Lovely. Okay, so you can tell that we're near an onsen now because we have these view blocking boards to stop people from catching a glimpse at all the naked people. This place is apparently Devil's Sumo Field, so if you fancied your chances against an Oni in a game of wrestling, this is the place to be. Abunai. I'm supposing that means don't go in there. Oh yeah, it's full of water. How interesting. This sort of side route through the forest has so far been the quietest part of Kusatsu that I've seen as of yet. So if you want peace and quiet, Kusatsu might not be the place for you because it's very touristy. If you want to dip your toes in a public foot bath, maybe it is for you. Maybe this is where you should be. The geologist might need to explain to me why the rocks are green. Oh my god, the king of YouTube, PewDiePie, has been to this place. Oh my god. It's Totoro. Okay. Looks like that has sort of hot water flowing through it, but let's have a look. How does one achieve a physique like that? Divulge your secrets, big boobed man. Strange, it's almost orange. I won't actually be bathing in the onsen today because it wasn't really part of the plan. I had just intended to sort of come for a look and see what Kusatsu was like, and I definitely think I'll be back. It's a nice enough place. It's quite touristy. I might go somewhere else for my first onsen experience, just for a bit of peace and quiet. It's also still a bit too hot, I think. It's about 22 degrees today, and I don't particularly want to be going from 22 degrees to 40 plus degrees in a bath. The benefit of the onsen is probably best felt in the winter or a bit later in the autumn, so that's when I'm trying to get there, I think. So, you know how food makes you sleepy? Well, I just ate a lot of food and I'm very sleepy, so I'm really hoping the 2-hour drive back to my house isn't gonna put me to sleep. But I highly doubt it will, because the roads in Gunma are so windy, you would think that they were alive and slithering down the mountains themselves. But no, it's just me bumbling down in my little K-van, which normally is very good, but automatic cars don't handle hills that well, so you have to be quite in control, and I suspect my brakes are probably taking a bit more of a battering than I would have done in the UK.